Good morning, gang. We are back because this video took a while for you to make and the radio turned on, but we are back. It's taken me a while to get this video out because things have been really busy and I've had a lot going on and video filming has just not been easy, but shorts have been good. I've been doing more on my Instagram. I'll explain more as we go, but we gotta go get coffee because I ran out of creamer and I'm not one who likes my coffee dark, let alone with nothing in it, because I don't have sugar in my house either. That's the other thing. I'm not a sugar guy. So, what has been going on? Well, I have been gearing up for my biggest endurance event to date. If you've watched along recently, I went through a 145 half marathon build. We went through the winter, and that was really just lifting and doing some winter races, nothing too extravagant. But we are back and only about 70 days out from the week of this event. Now, why did this event happen? Well, I suck at reading my calendar. You guys know I love my calendar, my literally me Ryan Gosling calendar. Well, last year, I was supposed to ride my first 100-mile century ride. It had worked out perfectly because I was biking a lot because I was doing triathlons all summer last year. This year, I'm not doing any triathlons simply because of my scheduling. Ironic, I screwed up my scheduling. Last year, I stopped doing triathlon because of scheduling. My brother's wedding was on the same day as the bike ride, so I had to cancel. Well, me being me, as soon as entries opened back up for this ride, because this ride sells out really, really quickly, I signed up. And it's a 100-mile ride. It's out here locally. We actually pass. We're going to be on one of the roads the race is on. It's not really a race. It's just like a charity ride, but you get what I'm saying. And we're going to be on it in about a minute. But, I signed up again for it this year, and that's great. There's nothing on that day. I was like, cool, 100-mile ride. It's late July. I think it's like July 27th or 26th. It's a Sunday or Saturday. I'll put it up there. You know how I am about forgetting dates. Anyways, yeah, we're actually at the road right now. So what had eventually happened was I signed up for that race. And then I signed up for another race because I got really excited about wanting to do an ultra marathon. See where this is going? It's not good. But yes, you see where this is going? In the end of July, beginning of August, I will be running and riding my first 100-mile century ride, and then a week later, running my first 12-hour ultra marathon. Now, as for the goals for these two events go, it's kind of a broad line because riding 100 miles, that's a goal on its own for me. So I don't really care if I do it at 12 miles per hour, 15 miles per hour, 20 miles per hour. I just want to do it. So I'm going to do it. As for the ultra marathon, there is one goal and one goal only, and that is run 54 miles. I know it's a very precise number, but it's for good reason. 54 miles is the exact distance between my couch in my apartment and the Hooters in Newcastle, Delaware. I don't know. It seemed like a good goal. It was just something I had in my mind. I tried doing the Waffle House in Elkton, Maryland, where I've been countless times. That's a little bit further. I think that would actually set the course record if I could do that in 12 hours. So I decided to reel it back in a little bit. And I said, Newcastle, Delaware Hooters. It's a great place. I went there. Food was fantastic. Service was phenomenal. It was a very clean location. And, I like Delaware. Delaware's a really nice state. Yeah, it's my brother's to the south. So anybody from Delaware, comment below. So now that we know what the objectives are, we got to talk about how do you train for something like this, because you're both balancing two disciplines. Now, I've done this before because I did triathlon, so it's a little easier. But training for an ultra marathon and training for multiple discipline race, it's kind of difficult. I will say that, and that's why filming has not been very consistent lately, so I apologize. But hey, par for the course. So the plan is 2 days a week I get on the bike. I try to keep my rides around, right now, 30 to like 20 miles per session, and accrue about 45 to 50 a week, depending on how I'm feeling. On top of that, I still run roughly 5 days a week. We're actually on our way to a run right now, and that is going to be a 12-mile, very low heart rate zone run at the course where I'll be doing the ultra marathon. So home field advantage, sort of. It's about 40 minutes away. But yeah, so my runs right now, the way I've had it structured is I'm running about 45 to 50 miles a week right now. I'll be upping that into June. One, to get more acclimated to the heat, being the races in August. New Jersey tends to sit in August around the high 80s to high 90s range pretty often, and usually really humid. So trying to get adjusted to that heat is going to be very crucial. And after that, my runs in July, obviously there's 2 more weeks of build-up, so I really need to focus on kind of getting the last like double 20 and maybe a 50 kilometer run out of the way in July, which obviously plays a big part in my heat acclimation. And then my taper, it's gonna be 3 weeks. 2 weeks are going to be obviously your traditional taper. 1 week on the bike event, I have to try to still do that, so I got to play it smart. And then that last week leading up to the race, doing as little to nothing as humanly possible. So basically the plan is almost to shut it down and not focus on this person who's turning into a restaurant really slowly. Focus on shutting it down as early as possible, letting my legs get as full of a recovery as possible. So we are going to talk about recovery methods in a future video, but yeah. So the training is going to be interesting. It's a lot of mileage in both disciplines, just trying to make sure that I get everything I can. The one beautiful thing though is, with this being a distance event on both sides, is all of my workouts are generally low intensity and are low heart rate zone. So I'm building that aerobic base long term, and things are working out pretty well. So yeah, we're gonna go into some channel updates, things I've been working on lately, so that way I can give you guys some more details as to what things are doing in the future. So stick around. If you're done from here and you just wanted to hear about ultra marathon stuff, this is where we say goodbye. But if you want to hang out, good for it. Okie dokie then. So for those of you who stuck around because you want to hear about what's going on with the channel, I've been doing a lot of work on my Instagram. I have been posting a little bit more frequently there. I've been neglecting that for quite a while. I actually started the Instagram before I started the YouTube. Then I had the spontaneous idea of, let me work a little bit more on my Instagram because that's pretty lacking, and I feel like I can build that faster there than I can here. Unfortunately, I pulled back a lot of the reins and have not been doing as much work here. But that was mainly because it's so much easier to pump out that content when it's only got to be 10, 15 seconds, a couple pictures while you're out on a run. I got to do a lot more brain work over here. And so yeah. So if you want to check out my Instagram, that is below. Andrew Miller Mileage, the same as here. So very easy, very normal, just a lot of cool photos. I usually just take a lot of artsy photography photos while I run. A couple reels. A lot of them are the same reels and shorts that I have here. So I just double do them. Sometimes do different music just to see which sounds cooler. I don't know. As for the content schedule for going forward through this ultra marathon, it was originally going to be one video every other week, but now that things are kind of getting tighter, it's probably going to be a video a week. So this video is coming out as week 1. Then next week's going to be a week in training, so you guys can see what it is I'm doing on a day-to-day basis, other than me telling you hey, I'm training, which you can also get a better view on the Instagram. So go check that out. And After that, it would be stuff like, I'm probably going to go over fueling strategies, gear, recovery strategies, my workout that I'll actually do in this series, unlike I did in the half marathon series. Sorry, not sorry, I still didn't post that. And as for their gear reviews are coming. I have been working on figuring out what I want to personally use for the ultra marathon. Unfortunately, I'm still doing a lot of research on shoes because ultra marathon shoe choice is like it's pretty important. So I need to figure out that, and I need to do a lot of research so that way I'm not buying something stupid. So working really hard on that. And yeah, there's just a lot going on between two fronts right now, as well as trying to still work, still make time for other things. It's been a juggle, but yeah, other than that, things are looking good. Unlike that yellow Jeep. That's actually not even yellow, it's like mustard orange. I don't like it. It's like the guy must have saw a school bus and said, you know what, go for it. I don't know. So yeah, sorry, this video was not super exciting. I know I have been wanting to get into a full build series again. This one has just been a bit of a challenge to approach because there's so many moving parts in this this event. So I do apologize if it seems like it's going to be a little disorganized. This first video is just me talking, so get used to it. I'll throw a flex in there if I have to. I don't know. What do you guys want? But that is where we're at. We're building for 2 endurance events, a long bike ride of 100 miles, and a long 12-hour ultra marathon. So anyways, guys, that is where I leave you today. I am going to go do a 12-mile run in the next 10 to 15 minutes. Until then, I'm going to enjoy my coffee. And until the next video, I'll see you guys in the next one. Later, bros.